Hi Flosstube. So I thought I would come to you tonight to kind of talk to you about my stitching, introduce myself, just kind of, join the bandwagon and have some fun. So my name is Danielle. I have been stitching, since like 1993, so, that ages me a lot. So what is that, 30 years? 2003, 13, yeah, 30 years. Obviously I've taken a break or two in that time frame. So I live in a tiny little town in northeastern Nevada. I am about 240 miles west of Salt Lake City, about 240 miles north of Las Vegas, and about 350 miles east of Reno. Our population here is probably about 5,000 people in the whole county, and our county is just about 9,000 square miles, I believe is what it is. So yeah, I don't have a local LNS, so to get stitching stuff I have to, order it all in, sadly. I am the mother of 3 adult children. I have a 5-year-old grandson. I've been married to my husband for 23 years. We've been together 26. Yeah, just, up here in rural Nevada, living life, enjoying the quiet, not a lot of traffic living. So I thought I would start with a WIP parade after that kind of little introduction there. So let's get started. Oh, and just so you know, I'm a hair player, sorry. And I'm not very organized. I apologize. Even though it's take number 3, I'm still not very organized. So my first WIP is, I believe it's called Happy Halloween. It's from the Friend Stitch, that online retreat that they just had. What was it, in August? So this is the first one. This actually is probably my most current WIP. So I started this on, I believe it was August 20, I have it written down right here, August 24th, I think it was, 25th. And this is my progress so far. And it's stitched on 14 count Aida, and the fabric is Stormy Night, 14 count Stormy Night. That was the first retreat I ever did. Sadly, I couldn't really do a lot of it because it happened when I was at work, so I was kind of sad about that, but it was still kind of fun. My second WIP is the Prairie Schooler Santas. So I decided that I was going to do the Prairie Schoolers for each year that my children were born, the year my husband and I spent our first Christmas together, and the first year that my grandson's Christmas was. So I started with, or I am starting with, the one I'm working on right now is the first one for my son Denham. He was born in 1989, so it's this one right here. And I just love that border. Out of all the borders that I've seen so far for the Prairie School Santas, this one is the one that I like the best. And I'm doing it on 10 count Aida, and it's called Mocha Tool, I believe. I got it from 123 Stitch, and this is where I am so far. And I'm actually kind of thinking that I might see how it'll be to stitch all of them on one piece because I got a really big piece, but to stitch them all on one piece with just this border running along the top and sides and bottom of them. I don't know how that's gonna look yet. I don't know if it's gonna be too big. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta kind of play with that a little bit. So that's what I'm doing for my oldest son, Denim. And then this is the one for mine and my husband's first Christmas together. It's 1997. As you can tell, my eldest son he's my stepson, but he's my son. For those of you that have stepchildren, I'm sure you understand that. He's mine. So this is for 1997, our first Christmas together. This one's for my daughter's first Christmas, 1998. This one's for my youngest son, Connor. My daughter's name is Kayla. This one's for my youngest child, Connor. 2003, sorry. And this one is for my grandson, Marshall, 2018. So yeah, I think that'll be really kind of neat. And I noticed that everyone likes to kind of see what kind of bags you're holding your stuff in. So I thought I would show this. I didn't know if you saw it when I pulled it out. So I got it off of Etsy from Sherry Sweetwater, and it's just adorable. I love it. And I got, as they stick together, I got the cute little bag that you can put your floss in or whatever kind of accessories you use. And then I'm not sure what this is called. If anybody knows, if you could let me know. You know, you can put your floss in here, and it holds your needles and your scissors. I have a needle minder in here, Mrs. Claus. So yeah, her bags are really kind of cute. Okay, my next WIP is Poinsettia from Carol Manning, and it's being housed in this cute little portfolio. This is kind of like the same ones that the Stitching with a Housewife use, and I think this is a Teresa Kogut fabric. It kind of looks like her. If I can open it, and it's, you know, it's the cute little portfolio. It has a pocket here, and it has this cute little middle piece. Another hidden needle minder. Now I know where they all are. Oh, as I'm breaking YouTube rules and showing patterns. And then a cute little pocket over on this side. And this one is from Creative Carol Design. Not very organized, I apologize. This is Poinsettia. Now my husband bought me this for Christmas. Not this Christmas, but last Christmas. And I originally started it right after Christmas. So what would that be, 2021? And I don't know, for some reason I wasn't liking the way it was coming out. So I restarted it, and I restarted it April of 2023. And I'm doing it on 14 count Aida by Fiber on a Whim, and the color is Cream and Sugar. And this is where I am on this. So not a huge start, but, you know, at least getting the border kind of out of the way there. Let's kind of put it all back a little bit in a neat little pile. And my next one is red. And I didn't write anything down. Even though this is take 3, I still didn't take the time to write it down. Because, you know, I kind of have it all in my cross-stitch journal. So I was like, why am I going to write it down again? Like, It just seems like a waste of paper to me. So just bear with me while I kind of try to find what page she's on. She's on page 46. So again, this is read by Mirabilia, and this was my birthday start this year. I started her June 22nd, 2023, a little couple of days after my birthday, but I did kind of get her started. I just think she's beautiful. Like, again, 14 count Ada. Everything I've stitched and showed you so far, I stitched with 2 strands, with the exception of the Prairie School Santa on the 10 count. I'm using 4 strands. The color that I chose for red, I didn't write down the color of the Ada, but I want to say it's like a dark stormy color. But that's my start so far. Not a huge start, but still progress. And that's what we like, right? Progress. Okay. Oh, just a little kind of, sorry, the hair playing. I try not to, but it's a habit. So the room that I'm in right now, because I can see that you can see, where am I at? I can see that you can see some stuff right here. So this room that I'm in used to be my son Connor's room, and he moved out about a month ago. Broke my heart. So I'm kind of an empty nester. So I decided to take over his room, and it's like in progress because he still has some stuff here. I'll kind of try to go ahead and show you a little bit. My husband, my daughter, and my son, they're all hunters, so please don't be offended by the antlers on the wall. Hopefully they'll be going. They will be going. So this is kind of what is left from him. So he still has a few stuff here. Apparently, the weight bench there is staying, so I might put that to some use. I will be getting rid of all of the like sports balls, basketballs, footballs, soccer balls, baseballs off the wall, and getting rid of that blue and that piece of paper right there. I will be getting rid of that as soon as I kind of get some ideas on how I want my room to be, my craft room to be. It's just, like I said, sorry, we're having some technical difficulties with my stuff here, sorry. As soon as I figure out what I want to do in here. So kind of bear with the boy stuff back there. So my next WIP is Halloween Tiny Town by Heart and Hand. And this one I actually kind of started quite a while ago. I started October of 2022. I'm doing it on a 14 count Ada. You'll realize that I am a 14 count Ada girl. I don't really remember the color of the fabric, just because I think it was just kind of leftover piece that I had that I ended up coffee tea dyeing by myself. Not by myself, but for the first time. So this is Tiny Town Halloween Tiny Town by Heart and Hand. And this is kind of where I'm at. So not a lot of progress for almost a year's worth of stitching, but still progress. So this here, I'm kind of struggling with it a little bit too. This here, all the white in here, I'm not really sure what I did, but I grabbed some weird kind of floss I've never seen before. It's E940. Have you guys ever heard of that before? I don't know what I was doing when I got it. Obviously not paying attention, but it's like a puffy floss. I don't know if you can really see it here, but it's like puffy and it kind of comes apart a little bit. So it's a little bit hard to kind of stitch with. So I'm kind of struggling with that, but I don't want to restart it. I don't want a frog. So I'm just going to try to struggle through it. Again, I have another Sherry So Sweet bag. This one, I just love this one. It's like a vintage Halloween fabric. Oh, and it's just adorable. And I splurged and got the accessory bag. And again, I don't know what this one is called, but you know, where you put your needles and your floss and all that. If anyone knows what this is, please tell me what it's called. Sorry. And then my next WIP, I don't even know, how many are we on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. So is this 5? My next WIP is The Collectors by Autumn Lane Stitchery. This one I'm kind of struggling with too. I think I have quite a few I'm struggling with here. This one I started last year. Let's see. Yeah, May of 2022. And I really kind of like it. It's just, I don't know. You know how black is, you know, you can kind of see some of the fabric through it. And I think that's the part that I'm kind of struggling on. And it is a lot of black. It's a lot of DMC 310. And everything so far that I've showed you, I am using all the called for thread. And yeah, 14 count. Did not write down the color of the fabric. It is by Fabric Flair, and I wrote in parentheses gray and green. So it's a gray or green fabric, or gray and green fabric. My next WIP, so this one, my sister-in-law just recently got married, and she loves the beach, anything beach. So I went on Etsy, looked around, saw this one, and I thought, ooh, this so screams my sister-in-law's name. So got it. I printed it at work. Shh, that's why it's black and white. So little did I know until, until I purchased it and printed it. It's 6 pages. And you'll see here in a minute. I mean, it's not huge. It's not what you would think a normal 6-page pattern would be. And there is a lot of confetti in it. Kind of struggling with that whole confetti part of it. But she got married July 29th. And I was going to try to have this done actually for her wedding. Didn't happen. Didn't happen at all. I just saw it in here. Page 5. So she stitched on 14 count Aida pine board from Fat Quarter Shop. So this is where I am. So I got all the border done. Well, almost all the border done. And then this is where I'm at with the actual stitching. So if I can figure out how to see this while I'm showing it to you. So all of this here to about here is page 1. And then here to here, so I'm working on page 2. I got all of page 1 done. But I mean, in the big scheme of things, it's not huge. It's just a lot of confetti. A lot of confetti. So I'm struggling with that part of it. I don't know if I already said this, but I know from watching other floss tubes, I know that a lot of us like to know what kind of bags everyone keeps stuff on. That's why I kind of keep saying what it is. So this one that the collector's in was just a Fat Quarter Shop Stitch Quarterly bag. Red, she's also in just a Stitch Quarterly bag from Fat Quarter Shop. This one is another bag from Sherry So Sweet. She's on Etsy. And this again, but this is a Teresa Kogut pattern. Not pattern, fabric. It's adorable. I thought it would be a really cute spring bag. And then, I mean, if you're gonna buy the bags, you should spend the extra couple of dollars for the cute little accessory bag and whatever this bag is. Another hidden needle minder that I forgot about. Okay, put that one over here. And then in this one, I have actually kind of 3 projects in it, but again, just another bag from the Stitch Quarterly subscriptions from Fat Quarter Shop. Now this one I kind of need your help with. So this one I got off of Etsy. It's the Quaker Tiles 4th of July flag, USA flag. So this is what it looks like. And now I've done all the border all the way around it, a few of it inside, and then I did these 2 tiles. And then I realized that I have an oops, a fairly big oops. So when I was picking my colors, not really sure what I was thinking. I'm not sure if I was tired that night or what. But I know that I did not have, let's see, I just found it, 45. I didn't have one of the colors, so I substituted. And I substituted wrong. So this is what I have so far. And it's kind of, it's really big. It's on 14 count Aida. Light tan is what I wrote down for the color. So it's quite big, but the color that I did all the border in was supposed to be in here. So that color, without showing you the pattern, so that color was supposed to be $9.39. And apparently I must not have had $9.39, and I substituted it for $9.30. And I don't know why I did this. But for $9.30, which I had, because that's that border color, I scratched it out and substituted $9.32, which is really light. So do I leave it like this, even though it doesn't really match what our traditional flag blue is? Or do I start all over with the correct colors? What do you guys think? I'm torn because I like it, but I don't like it because it doesn't necessarily really represent the colors of our flag. So let me know. Sorry. And then I have, let's find it, page 3. It's called Easter Blessing. Sorry, disorganized. And it's from, I don't even know where I found this, but it's from this book here, Sample the Seasons. This one is adorable, and hopefully I'll be doing that one soon. But it's this one here that I'm working on, the Easter Blessings. I'm not sure why that's kind of showing up backwards there. See if I can find a better picture of it. Here somewhere. Without showing you the pattern. Huh, I was sure they had a picture of it in here, but apparently they don't. Well, anyways, so that's what it looks like, that one right there. And I started this one March of 2022. Not really sure why it's still a WIP, but it is. I'm doing it on 14 count Aida, light blue, all the called for colors. And this is where I am on this. So for some reason, everything was all the other way before, wasn't it? And now it's all backwards. Why is it all backwards? Or is it just me? Maybe it's just me. So really, I mean, all I have left to do is the other half of this Easter egg here, and then the back stitch. So not a lot to do. I probably should just buckle down and do it. I mean, I don't know why I haven't. And then this one, I don't think I wrote this one down because it's kind of like I started it around the same time that I started the USA flag. So it was about, last May, or this May, March, May. So I started this one. And it is called the American Sampler, and that's all I got so far. Yeah, not very good. I don't know what I'm doing with myself here, but it's not getting anything done. Well, I should say that. I've had a couple of finishes this year. And then my other one is it's called Tea Time by Fat Quarter Shop. It's So Emma. It was a Fat Quarter Shop Stitch Quarterly. And I started this for my mom. I didn't write it down. I started this for my mom for Mother's Day of 2022. And I think I want to say I started it in March of that year, 2022. And this is on a 14 count. Again, I don't know the name of the fabric or who it's from. It's one that I coffee tea dyed, so I'm sure it's one that I had just kind of laying around. Don't mind my string right there, sorry. So yeah, that's where I'm at on that one. I should probably try to finish that soon. And then my next one, and that one, again, is just in a Fat Quarter Shop Stitch Quarterly bag. This one I have in Stitching with the Housewife bag. Who doesn't love Stitching with the Housewives? And this one, as I move you, sorry, is the July calendar crate from Stitching with the Housewives. And this one I'm stitching all the called for on 14 count. I think it's, I wrote black Aida, but I don't think it's actually black. I think it's that like dark gray color. But there's that. And I started this one May 29th of 2023. So yeah, I started a couple of patriotic ones this year, but haven't gotten them done. And I better talk about this one, just in case if he watches, because, you know, sometimes those guys do watch. So my co-worker, so I work at our local furniture store. I'm the sales lady. So I work with him there, and then at our local bowling alley, I'm the local bartender there, and he's the local mechanic there at the bowling alley also. So he got me this for Christmas this year. It's Hogwarts Castle. I don't know artist. All I know is that he got it off of Amazon. So when I learned how to cross stitch back in 1993, a long time ago, my next door neighbor taught me. She taught me how to do counted cross stitch. Probably like most of us. So my coworker bought me this, and it's a stamped cross stitch, and I'm struggling with it. And I think just because my brain can't comprehend it, because you don't have to count. It's kind of there for you, right? It's there for you. So yeah, this is where I've gotten so far. I have to, sorry, get rid of my string so maybe you can actually see it properly. But yeah, this is where I'm at. But you know, when someone buys you something, you gotta do it. It just wouldn't be right to not do it. I need a drink really quick, sorry. And I think that's all my whips, guys. I thought about maybe going through some future plans. I don't know if you guys want to see that. I can kind of talk about this one and maybe one other one, maybe a few more. So the Vintage Stitcher, I don't know if you guys watch her. She's amazing. I just love her. Last winter, she had a whip that she was talking about wanting to finish. She was talking about she had gone to this person's website or Etsy shop, and it was a free pattern. And she was going to go contact them and see if they could put it back on their website as a free pattern for some of her viewers. So I jumped right on that because it is adorable, and I just can't believe this is a free pattern. So I went and got it, and I'm hoping to start this here really quickly. So where I live in northern Nevada, we're at 6,500 feet, and it does snow here. It snows quite a bit. They're actually calling for snow on Sunday. A little early, but not unheard of for us. But it's called Winter Tranquility by, Twin Peak Primitives. But this was a free pattern on their website. And I just think it's adorable. I love it. So I do have this kitted up, and I was actually going to do it on this 14 count Ada. It's called Hazy Gray. I thought it would look really kind of neat on this and kind of show, I don't know, kind of have more of like a winter snowy kind of feel to it. So I'm excited about that. This one has been a love for a very long time. So, like I said, when I first started cross-stitching, it was back, sheesh, what's going on with the hair? It was back in 1993. Started with some tiny little patterns, like little rose here and there, little unicorn. And then my ex-husband bought me a pattern for Christmas or my birthday, I can't remember exactly. And I absolutely loved it. When we got divorced, somewhere along the shuffle of moving and separating everything, I lost the pattern and what I already had stitched. So, not last year, I have to think about this for a second. Not last year, but the year before, I started trying to search for it again to see if it was available. And I finally found it on eBay. There were several sellers. Some of them were quite high for this pattern, but I wasn't going to pay 50 bucks for it. And then I finally found one lady that had it for a decent price. I want to say it was like 10 bucks, 15 bucks. So I jumped on that and got it. And I was so excited, and I got it in the mail. Obviously, I got it in the mail. So this is it, Christmas Cubbies by Debbie Mitchell. It's absolutely adorable. So when I lost it, I had gotten pretty much to the fireplace. So I'd pretty much gotten all of this, not the wording, but all of this done. All of this right here. And I stitched Joy, this, and him. And I still have these three. They're downstairs and all the Christmas stuff. I still have these three, but I lost the pattern and what I had already stitched. So I got that. And we had gotten a lab puppy, black lab puppy, just like a week or two before. My husband bowls on Friday nights, and we left to go bowling. I left the pattern on the coffee table. Came home from bowling that night. The lab had chewed that and several other patterns up. I was heartbroken. Heartbroken. So it was probably a couple months later that I decided, okay, I'm going to go look again. And I looked, couldn't find it on eBay. Well, I could, but like the $50 ones, I wasn't going to pay that. And then probably about 3 months ago, I thought, I'm going to look again. And some lady had it on eBay. And I was so excited, and I got it again. And I have not left it on the table since. But back when it was first released, it was $4. And I want to say she only charged me like $7.50 for it. But it's adorable. So I can't wait to actually start that one and keep it out of the lab's way. And I was thinking about doing it on this 14 count handmade paper by, I think it's Fabric Flare. Yeah, Fabric Flare. And I mean, I have lots and lots of other things that I could show you that I want to do. Patterns that I have that, you know, I keep saying I'm going to do. Because, you know, we buy like we're immortal. I'm planning on being immortal, cross-stitch wise. I hope to get all of them done. But, who knows? At least we have them though, right? That's the fun of it. We have them when we want to do them. So I think that's all I have for you tonight, guys. So I'm going to go. Hopefully you enjoyed my floss tube. I'm sorry for the boys' room. Doesn't smell like a boys' room anymore. Thank goodness. I'm sorry if you saw little floaty things floating around. I do have... So not only am I the mother of 3 children, I'm also the mother of 3 dogs and 3 cats. I have a house full. So again, if you saw any little floaty things, I'm sorry about that. It's probably just dog hair, cat hair floating in the air. Sorry for the hair. So if you enjoyed what I had to talk about here today, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe and maybe leave me a comment. Tell me your thoughts on my whips and my one USA Quaker flag, what your thoughts on what I should do with that. And hopefully I will post again in hopefully maybe 2 weeks. Thanks, guys.